News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Pahrump Nugget, Progressive Cash Drawings, Mystery Point Multipliers, Mystery Gift Days, Extra Cash for 4 of a kinds, Bingo, Bowling, Football, and Food Specials. Looking for constant action? Look no further. Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners and Humana. News 46 is also brought to you by the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino, located at the intersection of Route 372 and Highway 160. You can call the Pahrump Nugget at 775-751-6500, or you can visit their website at www.PahrumpNugget.com. News is also brought to you by Barry Levinson and Associates, Pahrump's Bankruptcy Center. When it comes to important matters like bankruptcy, call an experienced, compassionate attorney. Call the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. Call 775-727-4747.
Tonight on News 46, Corporal Jon Luke Bateman is laid to rest.
The Nye County Republicans face a lockout.
And the Maverick is under new management. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Friday, January 27th, 2012. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Tony Joe for News 46. Corporal Jon Luke Bateman was killed with his fellow Marine Kenneth Cochran this past week in Afghanistan.
Here at Pahrump Family Mortuary last night was a viewing of 22-year-old Jon Luke Bateman, who died in Afghanistan while helping a fellow Marine with an electric generator. At last night's viewing, the family requested that no photos be taken. The family gathered to see their loved one, who lay in a casket at the front of the room. To the right side was a collage of family photos of the fallen hero, laughing and having fun with loved ones. In the lobby, his red Harley-Davidson motorcycle he loved so much. Family and friends hugged and cried together inside and out of the mortuary on Vicky Ann Road in disbelief that they lost such a young, promising life. Jon Luke Bateman was a 2007 graduate of Pahrump Valley High School and a member of the Junior ROTC. Bateman is the first Nevadan to die this year in military operations in Afghanistan. The family is asking for donations in his name to go to fisherhouse.org. This is Deanna O'Donnell at Pahrump Family Mortuary for News 46.
And an update regarding the vehicle versus pedestrian fatal accident that occurred on Tuesday night on Highway 160 near Wheeler Pass Road.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall & Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall & Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
The 49-year-old woman was struck by a truck traveling northbound on Highway 160. The body ended up in the southbound lanes and was once again struck by at least one other vehicle. Reports that she was struck by 2 other vehicles have not yet been verified. per Nevada Highway Patrol Sergeant Carlos Rivera and Public Information Officer Trooper Loy Hickson. The second vehicle that struck the woman was a Nye County Sheriff's deputy vehicle. The name of the officer that was driving that car has been released. Deputy Monique Mendoza, who is a 5-year veteran of the Sheriff's Office, was placed on administrative leave after the accident. This is a policy of the Sheriff's Department following officer-involved fatal accidents. The victim of the accident, who is reportedly said to have been possibly homeless, has been identified. The next of kin has not yet been located, according to Nevada Highway Patrol Trooper Loy Hickson, who said they cannot release her name until they have been notified. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And one woman claimed injury following a Tbone accident on Highway 372 and Pahrump Valley Boulevard this morning.
A two-vehicle accident this morning at Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Highway 372 required Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies to respond to the scene just across from Big O Tires. Upon arrival, they found one woman who apparently was driving the white minivan. The accident appears to be a T-bone collision. The two inside the black convertible told News 46 that the woman was not complaining of any injuries until a man approached her to speak to her in private. Then she said that she was having some neck pain. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue checked her out on scene, and she went against medical advice and refused to be transported. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the cause of this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell at Highway 372 and Pahrump Valley Boulevard for News 46.
Well, President Barack Obama issued a presidential memo directing federal department heads to renew their commitment to the Randolph-Sheppard Act, which created the vending facility program requiring qualified blind individuals be given priority of right to operate vending facilities on federal properties. This nationwide program is responsible for providing entrepreneurial opportunities to over 2,500 individuals who are blind.
And as we head into our first break, here's Jeff Simmons over at the Pahrump Nugget with a look at what's going on over there this weekend.
Hi, I'm Jeff Simmons here at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino. First thing, we'll tell you about our live music on the stage bar tonight from 7 o'clock till midnight. We've got Sidro Armada. Come on down and enjoy some great music. Also, we have our, on Friday and Saturday nights, we have our cash drawings for $200 cash starting at 4 o'clock every hour till 8 o'clock. Then 8:30 and 9, we have 3 drawings for our iPad. So Apple iPad, that's an awesome deal there. And then bingo, we got our 24-hour bingo coming up this weekend, February 4th and 5th. You play all 12 sessions, and you can win up to $1,250 in slot play. 2 people will win that, and everybody else will win $100 slot play. Come on in and get more details on that. That's a lot of fun if you haven't never played it. And also we had no split pots every day at the 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Lower buy-ins every week. Same Sunday and Monday, all sessions, and every day at the 11 and 1 p.m. sessions. And also, if you haven't checked out our cash pulls lately, we just funded a lot of money. I got anywhere from over $1,200 to $3,000 all of our cash pulls. So if you want to check out on our website, go to www.PahrumpNugget.com and check and go to gaming and bingo, and you'll see all of our cash balls and all of our accruals. Looking forward to seeing everybody here. Take it easy. Bye.
Welcome back to News 46. On the town board agenda was the item for discussion and possible decision to seek applicants for the position of town manager for the period beginning July 1st, 2012. Approval of a job description advertisement for the town manager position, as well as approval of funds related to the town manager search in an amount not to exceed $18,000.
Also, to establish procedures for the town manager selection committee and appointment of town board members to the selection committee and other matters properly related thereto. News 46 did speak to town board member Tom Waters about why this item was on the agenda.
That's right. We wanted to know if and why the town board apparently felt that town manager Bill Kobarger had not fulfilled his job responsibilities. Dr. Waters told News 46 that this was merely a campaign promise that he himself had made.
And town board member Caroline Endersby sided with Tom Waters and voted for the item to be passed at the town board meeting. Town board chair Mike Darby and members Harley Culkin and Vicki Parker disagreed.
The item did not pass with a vote of 3-2, so for now the town manager still has his job. His contract is still up to be renewed before July 1st of this year.
And Jason Gibson is the new owner of the Maverick Saloon on Mesquite. And we caught up with him not only to find out about what's new at the restaurant and the bar, but also to see how long Jason could stay up on that Maverick's mechanical bull.
Well, we're here at the Maverick, and they just changed owners. They have a lot of new things going on here. It's more family-oriented. In fact, they just had a baby shower yesterday, and they have a family restaurant, too, which serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the neat thing about it is, if someone in the family wants American food or someone else wants Mexican food, they have both here that you can take advantage of. So we're going to speak to the new owner, Jason Lee Gibson.
We took over on December 23rd from Jan Jensen, which Jan Jensen's still working with us here in the establishment, everything with our banquet parties. And we do have the breakfast, lunch, and dinner at our family restaurant now. It's we brought some of the food in from Las Cruces, New Mexico, and it's authentic New Mexican food, which the red and green chili is a Hatch, New Mexico green chili, and the red chili is also from the Las Cruces foundations out there that we're having distributed out to us out here.
Wow, that's interesting. So we can actually bring families here as well, too. What is new here that maybe wasn't here before? What did you bring in to the Maverick?
Okay, we have, we're getting really family orientated. We do donations for like the Jeff Dennis program for him needing a kidney and everything. We did a good fundraiser run for him. We have the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the bar and the family restaurant is open at 7 in the morning, and we're open until 11 o'clock at night on the restaurant. For the karaoke and everything, the kids can come in here, but they have to be out by 9 o'clock at night for the bands and stuff like that. We have live music on Friday and Saturday nights, which is from 7 to 11, which there is no cover charge at all. And everybody to come in here, enjoy. We have the full dance floor and everything on the establishment. We have karaoke on Thursdays, which is from 7 to 11. And right before that on Thursday at 5:30 to 6:30, we have free line dancing lessons for all our guests here to be able to enjoy the dance floor and everything, and it's all free to the community.
So a lot of fun things going on here. Can people have parties here, banquets or anything? Do you guys rent your spaces out or anything like that?
Yes, we have full utilization of the back where we can do the weddings, birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, inside or out. And during the springtime and summertime, we're going to be getting involved with the Pahrump gunfighters and everything to be able to do the skits outside. We're going to have a family night coming across where we're going to have barbecuing out there where they can bring the family and the kids out and everything. We'll have the live music out there so they can go dancing, and we don't have to worry about them having to be next to the machines and worry about that. That way we can go ahead and bring all the family out and all enjoy. We'll have the bonfire going out there. We'll do the skits and everything with the Pahrump gunfighters. Jimmy D will be doing the band out there, live music. And so we're going to be switching it up on the summer times. We're going to be doing the hay rides. We're going to be getting in the car shows. That way they can bring the families out and everything. We'll have the hot dogs, hamburger, barbecuing out there and everything.
Where are you located, and what is your phone number in case people want to come over here and maybe they don't know where it's at?
It's 340 East Mesquite, and it's area code 775-751-9988, and please call up for any caterings, banquets. We also have our LaTip meetings here on Tuesday for any of the local businesses that want to get together. It's kind of like the Chamber of Commerce, but it's the smaller business owners. We all get together to help out each other and everything like that. So anybody would like to show up on Tuesday, please enjoy too.
So come on down to the Maverick. This is Zach Fuentes for News 46.
Well, for those of you that don't know, CES stands for the Consumer Electronics Show, and our CES wrap-up continues with a visit to the Murata booth to talk with Peter, who explains their new waterproof speaker technology. All right, this is Rick Vail reporting from the Murata booth at CES 2012. I'm here with Peter. Peter's going to tell us about this great new technology. Pete, tell us what it is, tell us how it works, tell us everything.
Well, Murata's been a leader in manufacturing very thin speakers for the past 2 or 3 years. And the speakers we found out had an interesting benefit in that they are actually waterproof by nature, and you no longer need a protective mesh that goes over a speaker like you would see with a normal dynamic speaker. So if you're trying to make a camera or another type of electronic device splash resistant or waterproof, and you want to have full sound, you typically needed some sort of barrier to prevent the water getting onto the paper cone of the device or getting inside in the electronics. It was not a waterproof seal. So if you can actually look here on our device, besides being very thin, you'll notice that one side is just basically a rubber sheet. And what Murata has done is on the other side of the rubber sheet attached a piezoelectric element. This element is actually the motor for this speaker. So we now have basically one side completely waterproof, the other side's the motor. This side would face out, You basically attach some sort of adhesion to the metal frame around it, waterproof epoxy or something of that nature. And this would actually face on the outside of the device and prevent water from entering into the component without any further need of an external mesh or anything like that. So cost-wise, there's some benefit to that because you're minimizing components and parts. And the other benefit is it's very, very thin at that point. So as you've seen throughout the show, there are many thinner and new devices coming out. And you get to the point where traditional dynamic speakers, probably as you get close to 2.5 millimeters thick, that's their current limitation. These devices start at 1.2 millimeters thick and go down as thin as 0.5 millimeters thick. The other nice benefit of it, they're typically used with very, very small back cavities. So if you've seen like subwoofers, they have these big cabinets, and those are mostly air suspension behind the woofer to improve performance. Even for these small speakers, they still have that in many cases. And as you get to something very thin, the cavities become very, very small. And for dynamic speakers, they have a challenge in that they're now trying to move against this very small air, and it's very stiff. And you don't have a whole lot of torque with dynamic to actually work in very thin cavities. The piezo, very high torque, and has no problem working in cavities as small as 20 cc's. So between that, thin, and waterproof, it's kind of a win-win combination.
That is very impressive tech. Now, that speaker is extremely small. Could you tell the folks at home what sort of consumer-grade electronics something like that might be included in?
Well, I would look at it, maybe the most easiest thing is like if you want to take a camera down to a pool and you accidentally splash water on it, this would allow you to do that without worrying about damaging your camera. So cameras, remote controls, people drop remote controls in a glass of Coke or soda next to the couch, and like, oh no. It could be in phones, it could be in tablets, any sort of consumer electronic product that you would really want to have full range audio, that's where you can do it.
That's very impressive tech, Peter. Thank you very much for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And here's Eileen over at West Star Ranch Animal Rescue with your weekly Save a Pet segment.
Save a Pet is generously brought to you by Auto World at 727-8000 and Greenspan Brokerage at 751-6200. Put the green team to work for you.
Hi, I'm Eileen. I'm here at West Star Ranch Animal Rescue, and with me today I've got Charlie. As you can see, Charlie's the Shih Tzu mix. He's 4 years old. He's ready to be adopted to a family. He came from a family, so he's used to children. He's very lively, very lovable, as you can see. Please come and see him at West Star Ranch. We're at 780 East Mance, and our phone number is 727-9273.
If you would like to sponsor Save a Pet, give us a call at 727-9400. To adopt, donate, or contact West Star Ranch, call 727-9273.
Well, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to have much more local news coming up right after this break. Please keep it here. Welcome back to News 46. A meeting was scheduled last night at the Nye County Republican headquarters on Highway 160 to organize volunteers for next week's Nevada Caucus. Unfortunately, the meeting had to be held in the parking lot due to the volunteers being locked out. Perseverance did pay off to get the job done as the group went forward with the meeting despite a little upset about the situation.
We had a meeting outside here.
Yes, we did, because the doors were locked. Well, they fired me. They fired Katrine. They did not fire Mr. Searles or Dr. Searles. They didn't fire him, but they fired Katrine and I. I wasn't at that meeting because I was out of town. And no one to this date has told me that I was been dismissed. However, the gossip mill, they've been all over town telling everybody else but me. To this date, I haven't been officially notified, and that the meeting tonight was canceled. So
and this meeting is to train who?
This meeting is to train the people that are working at the caucus. This is for your precinct captains, your assistants, your doorkeepers. Everyone who is doing a very important job to make sure that the people move in a expeditious manner are not stuck for 3.5 hours out in the wind and the cold, like as was the case in 2008. We've worked really hard to try to accommodate everybody quickly.
So they haven't rescheduled a new meeting with these members, have they, the people who you're training?
Yes, they did. They scheduled one for Saturday afternoon, and they just did that today.
When is the caucus? Let's talk about the caucus.
Okay, great. The caucus is on February 4th. Plan to make it an all-day affair. However, you don't have to stay that long, but between the hours of 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., there will be voting in a presidential straw poll. This poll counts this year. It's not an official vote, but it is very important. You should come. You will go directly to your precinct room. You will be registered at that precinct room instead of at a major main desk outside. Then you can go in. You can either cast your ballot and leave if that's what you have to do, or you may stay and listen to some speeches in favor of certain president, or your favorite presidential candidate. And then the balloting will be open until 11 a.m. After that, that poll is over with. And the precinct meetings will convene at 10:30 to keep within the state law. They will convene at 10:30, and then from then we will go directly into precinct business. And that is really the most important part of the whole day, and that is running for becoming involved in your community, and we will elect delegates to the Nye County Convention at that time.
Where is this going to be held at?
I'm not sure. We haven't been told. In 2008, it was in Beatty. It may be here, and it may be in Tonopah. I don't know, but one of the three. They have not let me know, and as I said, I have been terminated, I guess. So I'm not.
So hopefully somebody will be letting us know about what's going on. I'm so sorry to hear about what's happening. And do you think that there's going to be any reconciliation of this?
I hope so, because this is not about me, and it's not about my committee members. It's about the community, and it's about our right to assemble.
And folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to have Zach Fuentes with a look at your 7-day forecast coming up right after this break. Please keep.
News 46 Weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump. Local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by Humana.
Welcome back, everyone, to News 46. Zach Fuentes here with your weather. We had mostly sunny skies today. We can't say it was clear because there were a few thin clouds out there. But overall, it was a really nice day. Our high was 64 degrees, and our winds were coming out of the northeast at 11. Gusts right up to 23, which I don't think was too bad. It was more of a little breeze. As long as you had like a sweater or a jacket, I think you were fine out there. Pressure was at 30.27, UV index staying the same, and our humidity was at 29%. Sunrise was at 6:49 a.m., and today's record was 73 degrees back in 1971. Tonight, it looks like we're going to have clear skies, though. Our low is going to be 28 degrees, and our winds are going to come out of the north-northeast at 7 miles per hour. We're going to be gusting at about 13 miles per hour, so we're still going to have a slight breeze. Humidity is going to be at 35%, and our sunset was at 5:05 p.m. Tonight's record was 12 degrees back in 1937. It's been our record for the past week. Must have been a cold year. Tomorrow, actually, we're going to have sunny skies. Our high is going to be 62 degrees. Low is going to be 29. Winds coming out of the northeast at 5, and our gusts at 9, so that breeze is dying down. UV index staying the same at 3 moderate, and our sunrise is moving back a minute at 6:48 a.m. Humidity is going to go down at 18%. And now as we look at our 7-day forecast, it looks like Sunday is going to bring us some clouds, slight clouds. It's going to be mostly sunny. Monday is going to be partly cloudy skies, and Tuesday and Wednesday is going to bring mostly sunny skies as well. Thursday, Friday looks like it'll be sunny, however. And Monday, I will say this just to be on the safe side so nobody gets mad at me, we do have a 10% chance of rain. So at this point, it's not looking like it's going to rain, but things change over the weekend and we're not going to see each other till Monday. So if it does rain, I don't want anybody to be surprised. It's a 10% chance. So just letting you know. Our highest high looks like it's going to be on Friday at 67 degrees, and our lowest low looks like it's actually going to be tomorrow night at 29 degrees. Today's worst weather was in Mosquito, Mountain, I don't want to go there, Minnesota, where they had heavy snow, then ice. So I don't think the mosquitoes were out. Back to you.
Thank you, Zach. And topping off tonight's announcements, we want to tell you to grab a pen and paper because we will have a great deal coming up for you from Domino's Pizza.
Tomorrow night, Derek Jordan will be performing at the Off 160 Coffee House near the Saddle West parking lot. He will begin at 6 p.m. and of course, we invite everybody to attend.
And I hope you have that pen and paper. Domino's Pizza is going to be offering 2 large, 2-topping pizzas with an 8-piece order of stuffed cheesy bread for only $20.99. The offer is good through February 5th, 2012. Be sure you mention the coupon code 5318 as well as where you heard it here at KPVM.
And folks, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Tony Joe.
And from everyone up here in the Hill of KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night for our Week in Review. Until then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night, everyone.